Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and more Blood and Plunder coverage here as we're getting down to the last couple of French commanders. Today we're going to take a look at Joseph Saint-Ovide de Monbeton, 26-pointer, historic commander. He can lead Canadian militia, French raiders, or French privateers. So what are we getting for a 26-point investment? Well, he has an excellent 16-inch command range, so that will certainly help on land quite a bit. 2 command points as well. Third would have been great, but I think he'd have to go up in cost for that. It does give us the brace of pistols and standard melee weapons. And then here we get 4 excellent abilities. So let's take a look and see what we get. So as always, we've seen this over and over again, but Inspiring is a great one. So all friendly units within his command range, which is going to, again, be a nice bit of real estate on the table, may re-roll any failed rally test results when his unit is active. So we can dole those couple of command points out at a great range there, so we don't have to necessarily bunch our force up to be within his range. And again, anytime we get economy of actions there in the game where we're not having to use other resources to get re-rolls, we're just getting it when he is inspiring them. So that is good stuff there. So, and again, being able to cover effectively a 32-inch bubble is great. Careful planning. We haven't seen that one yet, I don't think, but let's take a look. One enemy force must deploy half of their units rounded down before this commander's force deploys any. So gets you an idea of what the opponent has, and also where they're going to have to ultimately set up. So lets you kind of counter deploy quite effectively, and we'll make them make some early choices that maybe they didn't necessarily want to make going into the battle. So that's always a nice one. Anytime we can mess with the opponent for free, essentially just by bringing a character, always good stuff. It's just like the other one where they have to, I think Terror, where they have to test for fatigue at the start of the game. So this is another interesting one that we can use to annoy the enemy. Broadside, we've seen that over and over again, so great for when we're on the water, but let's read it just to make sure, because not everybody's necessarily watching all the videos. All artillery fired during his activation are fired simultaneously. Hence, it all counts as the same range attack, and all dice for the shoot test are rolled simultaneously. So this increases the chance of scoring critical hits, right? And when it's naval combat, we're definitely not just wanting to do damage in general, but when we can get those crits and cause wonderful other effects like flooding and fire, maybe destroying their rigging, etc. Always good stuff there. So broadside is always a great favorite for naval engagements. But then last but not least, let's take a look at Tactician. When a player draws their hand of cards at the beginning of their turn, they may discard and redraw a single card in their hand. This cannot be done if the commander has been removed as a casualty or if his unit is shaken, so keep that in mind. Obviously, we don't want to lose our commander ever, but shaken is certainly something that can happen a little more often. So what does Tactician really benefit us, right? So we certainly could expend a fortune point to redraw the whole hand, but this allows us to not have to necessarily take that extreme action. Now, if the whole hand is absolute crap, does one new card maybe fix that? Probably not, but if it's kind of an average hand and we just need to get rid of something to maybe hope for like a card that lets us activate sooner, or something just higher up in the face value of the card, etc., that's where that comes in. And again, maybe in most cases, again, if the hand is decent to good, and we just need something a little different, this little bit of a filtering throughout the game is going to be great. And again, lets us save those fortune points for when we really, really need it. So all in all, a nice ability, and thematically kind of fits together, right? Careful planner, tactician as well. So you can kind of get some ideas here, and inspiring on top of that. So all in all, just a good commander with really, I think the sticking point here, or the big feature, is just that huge 16-inch command range that will help out with inspiring, certainly. And then again, forcing the enemy to divide deployment like that is just it's a fun little thing regardless, right? They're not necessarily going to be planning for that, so getting to see what they have and what they're going to do potentially, letting you deploy against that, they're going to have to make some key choices right off the bat, and especially if they've gone for a list that's a little more elite, or like they just have like fewer units than you, right? You're getting to see larger chunks of their army kind of already put into place, and where they're at, so you can kind of deploy again accordingly to that. So good stuff all around. Let us know, guys, if you've played with Joseph here, and which list did you run him in? Did you go Canadian Militia, Raiders, or Privateers here? And how did that fare for you? Or have you played against him and felt the effects of careful planning and so on, and tactician? So hit us up in the comments, guys. Let us know, again, any experiences with him. Would you consider using him in your forces? 26 points seems pretty solid for all things considered. So be sure to comment, like, subscribe. We'll have more Blood and Plunder for you guys very soon. Thanks for watching.